In the Newham pilot, there are all sorts of different ways in which professionals worked alongside service users, different ratios of input and support, etc., to create the websites. And we're going to look at a few samples now, a few case studies, if you like, particularly around the issue of employment for people with learning disabilities and difficulties.
Hi, my name is Laura, and also I'm 27 years old. I've been working in Newham for 3 years. I work in admin. I enjoy my own website. I enjoy making pictures and recording my voice.
Laura carries out day-to-day office duties, such as opening the post, photocopying, filing, typing, and sending out letters. Laura first started working on her website during a 10-week course at the RIC Centre, where she was able to create and develop her own website. She was taught how to plan and present her ideas by using the Easy Build template. Since my return to Newham, Laura has been keen to carry on with my support in the planning and development of her own website. She works independently and also contributes a lot of ideas when we brainstorm for the content of the sites. She also writes the text and takes pictures to support her ideas and uploads these along with the audio that we record together for her site. As well as doing work on her own website, Laura assists me in managing and collecting data for the Intertransition and the Community Team website, both running under the Newham Partnership for People with Learning Disabilities. First Line is an employment service organisation that provides support for people with learning disabilities to find voluntary and paid work.
It's there to provide information about First Line to potential users using the words of actual people who are using the service, which we think gives the whole process more credibility.
My name is Jason. I did the First Line webpage. I like enjoying creating hyperlinks, pictures, music, videos to make the website look better.
The web editors for this website, Jason and Zishan, are two people with learning disabilities who are supported by a member of staff from First Line.
I'm just there to just give them a little support of the technology if they have any problem in the technology, spelling and things. But basically the main idea of this is their idea and what they come out with on this website.
The group attends a one-day workshop run by the RIC Centre where they gain the basic knowledge of how to use the Easy Build template. They now work independently with very little input from myself or the RIC Centre and have managed to transfer their experience into supporting and guiding other service users to find employment. Once again, the group takes photos and record their own sound to support the content on their website.
My name is Kabir. And my role is managing the website.
This is Your Future Employment, also known as Job Hunters, and it's a website for people with learning disabilities that are looking at working, and it's also for people that support people with learning disabilities, so support workers, day service staff, managers.
Make me help other people like me who not got any speed up, but other people can use it. It gives you advice how to get a job. Your future employment.
Kabir has been able to lead and be the project manager for the website, which means that Kabir's been in charge of putting out flyers, advertising it to people, getting them to come to the meetings. And to be honest, a lot of people were really happy to be involved in this because they enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, but it was a little bit difficult. I got there at the end.
And it was just the light bulb came on and I thought, yes, Kabir can lead on the website, and Kabir's done really, really well. With a lady called Helen, worked really hard and put in lots of hours, and the website now looks like it does because of them.
I like to do more, if possible. I wanted to do media studies. When I go to college, I could tell them, look at my CV. I did a project website.
My name's Miles Leonard. I work for Ellingham Employment Services. We're partners in the ClickStart project, and I'm currently working with the editorial team. My experience of working with people with learning disabilities on this project has been that this is a format that people with learning disabilities like, and it's something that they can participate in fairly easily, which is really good because it means that we can get service users and people with learning disabilities to contribute content to the websites. In my experience, I always had quite a lot of information that I needed to disseminate to a large number of people, but it wasn't always particularly accessible for our service users, which were people with learning disabilities and who may not have very high literacy levels. And I'd often kind of thought how we could tackle this problem and thought about perhaps using multimedia technology, but my worry was that I wouldn't have enough technical expertise myself. So when I saw the technology that was on offer with the ClickStart project, I thought that was the ideal way to present information to people with learning disabilities. And moving on from that, we've also found that a lot of our service users can get involved in the production of the sites and can contribute some really good content to those sites as well. The thing that's difficult is the planning and actually thinking about what you want to say and breaking down your information into a clear and easy to understand format. So my advice would be that it's worth spending time before you start on thinking about what you actually want to say and how you can present that in a way that's easy for people with learning disabilities to understand.
So you've met some of the ClickStart team. They're at the heart of the ClickStart approach. There's training, there's support. There's a network really, a bringing together of different people who are trying to crack the same issues, making information accessible and available for people with learning disabilities, difficulties, for their families and for those that support them. And that community exists both online and offline, if you like. We run courses, we provide training, we provide support, but we also host a website around ClickStart, which is full of information, guidance, handy hints and tips, etc. That's all part of this ClickStart community that is a force that's supporting people across the borough and across the boroughs to work effectively together. One of the most exciting things about this programme, as a final point, is that actually by providing these networks online and by working inclusively with service users online to tackle this challenge, we're beginning to establish stronger networks. We're beginning to join together the agencies that are there to support people with learning disabilities and difficulties around transition in new and exciting ways. And we're optimistic that this is going to really add value to the services that are provided for these communities.